Yo, we're flipping our way into a Friday. We got some fun stuff today. Autonomy in San Francisco is growing. Ford is going to make big profits in software, and girl purchasing power. It's a thing.
The people really want to know who I is and
We got a real interesting
If you
combo
don't
going
know
on
that's
today.
a thing, you are hiding under a rock. Just a full rock.
We got to give Jeff Revilla credibility for having the first comment in the live stream today. I think that's the first time he nailed #1 spot. If you don't know, in the live stream, especially on LinkedIn, there's a bit of a comments. I don't know what they call it.
Frenzy.
We'll frenzy. It's lively. People are trying to be the first ones commenting, and people are having a whole lot of fun as well. Welcome to Friday.
Welcome to Friday.
Got some fun stuff. I know Friday,
man.
Weekend.
I was watching that
Saturday.
pre-roll. If you don't watch the show and you're just listening, we have this little pre-roll thing for the live stream audience. That's like, a little vibe before we get in, just to get everyone into the live stream. I was watching it, looking at the stage for ASOTU CON last year. And those big old letters, right? And I was like, how are we ever going to top these massive CON letters behind us? And then we're at the venue, and there was a video that we dropped on Instagram and LinkedIn yesterday of like all the venue and what we were doing and our whole team a couple weeks ago. But we're at the venue, and Nathan goes, guys, like pulls us over. And all of a sudden, like from the back of the main stage, like this ginormous, I don't know, what is it, like 70 feet long or something?
It's got to be 70 by like 15.
It's
70 by 20.
Just like lowers,
drops
from the ceiling.
To the
we were like, what? It drops right on the stage.
Like, okay, we topped it.
So cool.
Speaking of ASOTU CON, September 26, 27, mark your calendar, buy a plane ticket if you're in driving distance, gas up the car. We're just announcing 2 more groups that are going to be participating in this, the Oarsman Group and Mile One, who are both kind of like DC, Maryland area dealers. And, we have some top executives. We're going to have an awesome conversation with Alan Haig, with Haig Partners, Jamie Butters, the editor of Automotive News. So we're having like some really amazing conversations with people that are actually doing the things. I think our rooftop count now represented is over 1,100 or right in that area. So if you're wondering who's going to be there, like 1,100 rooftops worth of practitioners are going to be there to share industry knowledge, to partner up with vendors who are there, right? Like we call it collaboration critical for a reason, because we want to create an environment where there's conversations and collaboration happening, not just keynotes and education. We're going to have all that too, but genuinely we move forward by having conversations and making relationships. So ASOTUCon.com.
Like what's happening in like 12 minutes. If you don't know all things used cars on Clubhouse, you got to check it out. We're heading there in a couple minutes. If you catch it on the replay, it's just as good. So download the Clubhouse app, head to all things used cars, and you can catch that with David Long and the whole crew. Speaking of David Long in California,
good way to get into the first one. All right, California Public Utilities Commission approved GM's autonomous vehicle company, or at least they're the majority owner, Cruise, and also the other autonomous vehicle company, Waymo, saying they can now add more cars to the roads, operate 24 hours a day, and big news here, charge riders at any time in San Francisco. So this paves the way for broader autonomous adoption throughout California and potentially other markets, despite some ongoing concerns about safety. So there have been obviously a lot of advancements, a lot of testing, but several San Francisco agencies reported nearly 600 unexpected stops for driverless vehicles. So like the vehicle just like stops. It's like, I don't know what to do.
Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Okay.
And more recently, there are a bunch of activists. You may have seen this online, where they will put an orange traffic safety cone on the hood of the vehicle, and it basically paralyzes it because it just it messes all the sensors up. They see a safety cone, it just doesn't do anything. So there's obviously a little bit of both sides of an argument here. Waymo announced plans to start charging for rider-only trips in San Francisco soon, while Cruise's response, whether or not or when they're going to do that, is still awaited. And they both have apps with waiting lists for potential riders.
Wow.
Sounds like there's market demand, Kyle.
There's absolutely demand. And I still think that this is the absolute best place for autonomy, if it's going to exist, to live, right?
Mhm.
It's not in like the daily commute or your personal vehicle. It's in those places where you have to hire people or can't find workers or
Mhm.
need that like mindless trip for people that don't have a car in the city. It's the best place for autonomy. And it doesn't surprise me that there was a waiting list. I mean, we were trying to get one the last time we were in Phoenix.
And where we why didn't we
figure it
get
out.
one? It was just like where we were going was just outside.
It was 3.2
kind of the
miles, and all we
delivery
could get
radius.
was 3 miles. Oh, we were
Oh.
so mad at Phoenix. Oh, we're gonna do it. Don't worry. At some point, we're gonna get in one of those jokers and do a whole video.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. So they're advancing all the stuff. I don't know what we do. Speaking of software,
Yeah.
it's a lot of software.
It's all software. It's
A lot of software
these days. Who cares about the hardware?
Yeah. Nobody cares about the hardware. According to a top executive, Ford plans to integrate enhanced software features into its Ford Pro commercial vehicles business, aiming to increase revenue. Get this, by $4,000 to $5,000 per vehicle in the future, just on software integrations and sales. That is massive. Nevin Kumar, CFO of Ford Pro, highlighted that the company will boost revenue through software and data fleet services, safety and security service, and partial vehicle autonomy, not full. And here's where I think they'll get a lot of their revenue: insurance.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of
it's fleet services and insurance. That's where the majority of that money is going to come from.
Yeah, I mean, it Wall Street likes it when you say we're going to make money from software, but actually it's much more boring. But I'm sure Warren Buffett would get super excited about the insurance side of it. At a recent JP Morgan investor conference, Kumar mentioned that their capability to profit from the services will be amplified mid-decade with the launch of their next-gen commercial electric vehicles, featuring a new digital intelligence platform. But they are going to be doing ICE vehicles, hybrid vehicles, and EVs, but the software really will be applicable in these services across the line. They aim to double the percentage of connected vehicles to 60% by 2026 and triple the percentage of vehicles with paid software to 36%. So they're at 12% right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time, and I think probably if I had to guess, the absolute best place to scale software services is in fleet management, just because there's so many things at scale that these commercial companies need to accomplish for their drivers. And like we said at the beginning, fleet services and insurance are a big thing, but also vehicle autonomy. We were talking about in the last story. Hiring is a difficulty. So the more that you can scale vehicles without people in the future is going to be a big piece. And then like the safety and security services. How fast things are driving, where things are located, whether or not they're being broken into, all these things that are much more important at scale with fleet management. And so Ford Pro being the first ones to take the big swing at this makes complete sense to me.
It's probably also like this stuff will make its way into consumer vehicles, and the Ford Pro is a great testing ground, right? Because you have like much more controlled environments, right? Every consumer's needs are so different, but commercial needs, although a lot of difference, there's still a lot of very similar things that they need. So I like it.
Well, like I just said, the ability to scale is quicker, right?
Yes. Full on.
Instead of doing it in like a beta test includes a whole fleet, right? And all of a sudden you're beta testing with a single client account. So you get really direct feedback with a whole fleet of vehicles for the data feedback. It's a winner. At scale. Speaking of at scale,
winners at scale. Oh boy.
Serious scale.
Serious. I like the stutter.
I mean, unless you've been under a rock, in a show of brutal pink retail force, women this summer propelled major commercial success, including things like the Barbie movie, Beyonce's Renaissance tour, and Taylor Swift Eras tour. The collective spending, dubbed what retailers and economists are calling the women's multiplier effect, showcased the significant economic influence of female consumers across the country. It saw women attending multiple events, like the same event multiple times. So like multiple Barbie movies, I know tons of concerts that went to like 3 Taylor Swift cities.
Good
right?
night.
It's unbelievable. Then the other kicker here is that the majority of these ticket purchases were also for more than just one person. So the majority of over 80% of ticket buyers to the 2 concert tours were for more than 2 tickets. And 27% of Barbie movie ticket orders were for 3 or more adults.
Well, Kyle, Kyle, have you ever seen women or girls go to the bathroom? It's never one.
No.
Right?
Yeah,
They go
absolutely not.
They go visit.
Look, and
right?
Like I have this vision of like my wife went with a couple ladies, like the way that like they strolling into the movie theater. It's like, it's like
cue the
slow-mo
soundtrack.
movies, cue the soundtrack, sling the bag. Everybody's wearing pink. It's like
so good. And
it's like right there. Yeah.
We put this in the show this morning. I have 4 sisters, right? So there was definitely a woman's multiplier effect going on in my household while I was growing up. I have 2 daughters, and anyone who's ever sold a car knows who the actual decision maker is.
There you go. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it's what was, I think the stat at one point was like 97% of all vehicle purchases are made or influenced by a woman. And I was like, where'd the 3% go? Right. There's no way.
Oh, and so like tying this back, like we think of dealers and retailers that have already significant initiatives inside their stores and have large groups of female employees across the spectrum. Patrick Abad, Perry Watson, and so many others out there. This is a trend. It's something that's happening. It's something in the psyche in going on in culture and the psyche right now. So we're always like, in your marketing, in your in-store operations, how can you just kind of like build a boat that rides on top of this current? And like capitalize on it.
Saturday would just be the way to go, right? Or Beyonce and Taylor Swift, just build a playlist, drop all their albums in that thing on Spotify, let that thing hit on a Saturday.
Wrap
and just
a car in pink, throw it out front.
Why not? Yeah.
Hey, it's like when culture speaks, like you can try to ignore it, but like anything that you can do that's in line. We're not saying change who you are, change your personality, but we're saying how can you empathize with the mindset that people are in right now to actually connect. It's a weird thing. When you connect, you sell cars. When you sell cars, you don't always connect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Put that on a shirt or bumper sticker.
It's a long t-shirt for a Friday. Hey, look, we hope you bounce over to the All Things Used Car and Club room in Clubhouse and join us. Be on the lookout for our Saturday email. It's always a lot of fun. If you don't get it, go to ASOTU.com and get it.